A squad of gorillas is riding into a village and all the humans have come out to meet them.
We have 2 meadow people and 3 of ours.
Just so they're young and healthy.
They are. They will serve you well in the mines.
That's Brun, the leader of the village. He, his son Miro, and a few other guys are slavers. They either capture people such as the meadow people he mentioned, or else people from their own number are chosen by lot to go be workers for the apes. Not everybody likes the idea. I wonder why.
Fine.
Clim. I'm sorry.
My men will hunt him down. It will be good sport.
Why are we concerned about all this? Because Clim is going to run right smack into our friends.
These are my friends.
The guards will return empty-handed. Clim is grateful.
Why were they chasing you?
I don't know for sure. The patrol comes to our village, collects the grain tax, and then leaves. And sometimes they chase a human for sport.
That's not true. Why is he lying to them? He says, now that they've gone by, it's safe to return to the village. You have to come with me. We'll have a big celebration in your honor for saving me. They'd rather not have all the attention, but food would be nice.
It's all right.
Your people?
Yes. Miro, here. It's Clim. I brought friends with me.
I could certainly go for celebration. For all I know, this could be the 4th of July.
Don't be frightened. He can tell you. I'm not going to hurt you.
He's telling the truth. Just take the 2 humans.
Stop! What's with you?
You must not touch these 2 humans. They are my servants and under my protection.
Take them.
For the life of me, for several seconds, I thought I was looking at Mark Hamill. We saw Ben Andrews in an episode of Shazam, and he was pretty much just starting out. He was doing an episode of The Waltons in 1981, and he died suddenly at the age of 38. I absolutely cannot find out why. I'm not the only one. I found almost a whole community online asking the same question: what killed him? For that matter, why is it such a big mystery? One undocumented source suggested that he died of pneumonia but couldn't back it up. You can find his filmography, you can find brief biographies and tidbits, you can even find his grave. Nobody wants to say what put him there. Right now, he doesn't seem to be a very nice person, but I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. Clim is saying, I'm off the hook since I brought you 2 other humans in my place, right?
You must not disobey me.
You are free to go if you wish.
They go with me. No! Humans must obey apes!
Yes, sir. Within the law.
What law? Whose law? Since when is an ape subject to human laws?
Tie Clim.
Because you ran, Dodo. It doesn't matter what he did after that, he has to be punished. They take him to a place they call the temple and strap him to a cart of some kind.
We come before you as our fathers and their fathers have done. The most sacred of our laws has been broken.
Human sacrifice.
One of our people, Clim, son of Porto, was chosen by lot to serve the apes. He ran from his duty. Another was taken in his place at a time when he need not have gone.
I guess that's why his infraction is so serious. It cost someone else their freedom, if you call this freedom.
For this, Clim is responsible. The laws of humans must be upheld. For breaking that law, Clim's punishment is in your hands.
He's dead. The way he was struggling, I'm going to say something in there made it hard for him to breathe. The people are convinced the gods killed him as punishment. Galen is baffled. He can't explain to Alan and Pete what killed Clim.
You know, Brun, the head man, took him to a shrine, prayed over him, and he just died.
No, well, men don't die by being prayed over. Then what else they do to him?
Nothing. They wheeled him in a cart, alive. He was struggling. And then Brun prayed, and he died.
They're not sure they believe him. Pardon me, but that's out of character. They know Galen doesn't lie, and he's describing what he saw. He can tell them the same thing I would. I just reports them. I doesn't explains them.
Char, please open the cage.
I think we get room service.
My name is Talia.
Hello, Daddy.
Say, we could sure use an ally. You remember what Pocahontas did for John Smith?
Yeah.
Huh? Give it a shot.
She is quite attractive, so Pete will try to charm her into coming back later and maybe helping him out a little.
What does a full moon and a soft breeze and maybe a dozen long-stemmed red roses do for you? Huh?
Talia! Talia!
Oh, you sure didn't make history, John Smith.
He really thought a pretty girl her age in a village like this was going to be single.
Dream on, little broomstick cowboy.
I find it hard to believe. You, a human, telling me, an ape, that you will not accept my orders. I could have you shot. Aren't you afraid that I might have you killed?
No.
Why not?
My being afraid will not stop you from doing anything you wish, so there's nothing to gain from fear.
Galen says, "You are a human. I am an ape. Your entire life's work is to obey me."
I will obey you in all areas, where it is permitted.
Oh, you will. And who decides the areas? I'll tell you who does. I do. And you are going to release my servants to me immediately.
I'm sorry, sir.
By what right do you hold them?
The apes gave us that right. Any alien human in our territory may be captured and delivered in place of our own people to work in the mines. It is the law.
Excuse me? There's an ape standing right in front of you telling you that law is wrong. In fact, he doesn't believe you.
I think you made that up. I think you are lying.
A long, long time ago, the apes raided for slaves, and men fought back. Many were killed on both sides. Finally, there was a meeting arranged. The apes wisely allowed us to give them 5 slaves, from among any healthy humans.
Talk about making a deal with the devil. You voluntarily betray other humans and hand them over to be slaves. Later, Talia will let us know that the men they take only live for a few months, which is why they constantly have to come back for more. Nobody in this village wants to challenge the status quo. Yet.
If you must give these humans to the apes, why do you waste them? I mean, that ceremony, that man you killed.
I did not kill him. He was punished by the gods.
I don't think I like your gods.
You have no need to. You are not a human.
But there's no reason why his servants should be subject to these laws. They didn't agree to anything. Talking to this guy is like going around a circular racetrack and trying to get somewhere.
Will you go without fighting?
Go where?
You're to be made ready for the apes.
Not me, buddy. Ain't no way.
It'll do you no good to resist.
Listen to me, Moreau. Your only hope is to fight against the guerrillas, not with them. Let us out, and we'll fight alongside you.
Cut us loose, and we'll take the first crack at him. You can join in.
You are not being given to the guerrillas for several days.
And where are you taking us?
To cut logs. You must be made strong. The guerrillas will not accept the weak.
That's their version of going to the gym to bulk up. While they're doing that, Miro is going out to hunt more humans. They need 2 more to fill their quota.
Miro's going out to hunt humans, isn't he?
Yes, the meadow people.
Too bad they don't have antlers. He could have one stuffed for the wall of his den.
Tanya, don't you realize that makes you no better than the apes? Both of you hunt humans and then make them into slaves.
That's not true. We don't take slaves for ourselves.
Yeah, but they're still slaves. Can't you see that's wrong?
She explains that they hunt the meadow people so they themselves don't have to go. It's an integral part of our human history. Certain people are more important than others. The difference might be color, height, location, language, anything we can use to say those people are less human than we are, so we are free to abuse them. Even after nuclear war, domination by, pardon me, a rather vicious species, and some still haven't figured out that people are people. Galen is out of patience. That night, he slips out of his hut and up to the cage.
Galen.
Nicely done.
What took you so long? Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no.
Now Brun is having Galen locked in his hut.
You asked to see me.
The guerrillas will destroy this village when they find out you have imprisoned an ape.
You were freeing the slaves. I'll tell them that. And they know I don't lie.
Oh, they'll never accept the word of a human over that of an ape.
I think they will when they learn you risked your life to save 2 humans.
No matter what I did, apes cannot be imprisoned by humans. It's unnatural.
It's unnatural for you to be so concerned about your servants.
What's unnatural about it? They're his property, and you're saying he should just shrug, say, oh well, and give them up. How is that natural?
I'm sorry, but you'll have to remain here under guard until the guerrillas do come.
Brun is one of the most peculiar people they've ever met. He's subservient to the apes, but certain ones more than others. He goes on and on about the law, but he's breaking universal law by imprisoning Galen. I'm not convinced that he has the faintest idea what he's doing.
Good morning.
Hello, Tanya.
Does your hand hurt?
Yes, it does. Does that surprise you a lot?
Oh, come on, back off, Pete. It's not her fault.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Talia, you scratch everything I said, all right? We're still friends, aren't we? I mean, you forgive me if we don't shake hands?
Only one. You should have sent someone who could hunt better than me.
That means they'll have to take one of their own people, chosen by random drawing. This reminds me a lot of the Hunger Games. Miro is furious with himself. If this were made today, we would have the technology to actually show the blood spurting, but in 1974, all they could do is tell us that he sliced an artery in his arm and he's in serious danger of bleeding out. Brun knows what to do.
Come to the temple. I will pray.
He could die if you don't stop that bleeding fast. You know how?
We pray.
That's not going to save his life.
Can you help him?
Yes.
Come, Miro.
Pray all you want. He'll still bleed to death.
Listen to him, Brun. We know men often die from bleeding.
No.
Brun? Please. Please?
How could he resist those eyes? Okay, let them out.
Strip of leather.
Notice what he was doing with Miro's arm. One of the ways to stop serious bleeding is to apply pressure to the artery supplying the blood. That's what he was doing. But it's not enough. They fashioned a tourniquet out of that leather strap and a stick and stopped the bleeding.
The bleeding has stopped.
I was afraid you would do this.
You're welcome.
Afraid? We're not expecting a round of applause, but the man is saving his life.
A long time ago, men learned that a tight cord could stop the bleeding in an arm or a leg. Better to bleed. In a day, the arm could grow big, the fever would come. Men would die crying out in pain.
Yes, you know what that means? It means you're doing it wrong.
That's true, that would happen. But if you loosen the cord from time to time, very carefully, and eventually the bleeding will stop without any swelling or fever.
Brun is a little thick. He has no idea that there are ideas beyond his little corner of the world, and they might not conform to the ideas that the gorillas have permitted. Thing is, sooner or later, that becomes just too frickin' bad for the gorillas. But people like Brun are what keeps that from happening.
Haven't any other men tried to avoid being taken as slaves?
Yes, a few. Like Clim, they are caught and taken to the temple where they are punished by the gods.
Only the leader can walk into the temple and live. Someday, Miro will be leader.
No, I won't.
Dude, it was one bad hunt. No reason that should destroy your life.
You see, the leader must have a wife. I won't have one.
Yes, in time.
I'm telling you no, Talia. I'll have no other woman but you. Not ever.
When the gorillas come, they will take you two and the meadow people. That's 4. This month I was chosen. I am the 5th.
I stand corrected. Is that enough to convince him to start resisting? Well, no. He says humans do not fight apes. They should explain to him that they've done it and they've won.
Men have had to fight for what's important to them since, well, for longer than you can imagine. The only way they've been able to make a decent life for themselves is by burying their differences, by banding together.
A human cannot fight apes. The gods made the apes rulers of men.
Talia, come. Miro, you didn't listen to a word that I said.
You are trying to put lies into my mind. You are telling me to question everything that has ever been. What was meant to be by gods and apes.
Yes, he's telling you to ask questions. How do you know your gods put the apes over you? Who told you that, and how do they know? Who told you it always has to be that way forever and ever, amen. He's telling you it might be a good idea to find out. Miro goes to Brun and begs to go in Talia's place, but Brun won't budge.
Morning, Ort.
More Miro.
You're relieved. I will take over until Lurt comes.
Yes, Miro.
The gorillas come tomorrow. If I set you free, will you take Talia with you?
Of course they will, but Galen goes too. The 3 of them are a package deal.
Tog,
Yes, Miro.
I'd like to talk to you. The gorillas are coming tomorrow, so what I want you to do is to...
That guy's going to have an interesting report to give, eventually.
Follow this path. Once you pass the stream, you should be safe.
Okay, good.
You will go through the foothills. Talia will show you the trail.
No, Miro. You're coming with us. Miro, I won't go through.
If you love me, you'll go. Take her.
Miro! Miro!
They overhear someone telling Miro that they already have all the paths blocked. That could be a problem.
Miro will be in bigger trouble if they find us. We must know someplace where we can hide.
Our men are great hunters. They know every path and every trail.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say that nobody would ever go into the temple?
Except for Brun, anyone would be killed by the gods.
We'll take our chances.
Do you think we should? Yes, Galen. You know how to find it?
Yes, but I would rather we found another place.
We have no other choice.
Okay, let's go to the temple and see if people really are struck down trying to enter.
Look, it's all right, see? Honest, it's all right. Come on. Helen?
And the answer is, yes, they are. Why? Once he gets to Pete, Alan sees the answer. Some kind of poison gas bubbling up from the ground.
Pete. Oh, man. Pete. I'm floating. 5,000 feet in the holding.
All right, now, take deep breaths, pal.
What hit me?
Some kind of poison gas.
How did Brun live? I mean, he was standing right where Pete was standing.
The gods protect the leader.
Yeah, right. Man, that stuff hit me like a club.
We noticed. Alan suggests looking for a back door, but Pete is getting an idea about the front door.
Hey, remember your chemistry?
Might work, Pete.
What are you doing?
Some gases are absorbed by crushed charcoal.
Hey, see, we wrap this crushed charcoal into a wet cloth, and it acts as a sort of a filter.
Really?
That's usually activated charcoal, which has been put through another process or two, but their makeshift gas masks work.
No, I think it's all right. I don't smell the gas in here.
I guess the gods figure if you got past that first pit, you must be okay. Boy, are they in for a surprise.
Well, looky here. Hey, how about this? An old gas mask. This is what they worship.
Stick it inside an appropriately scary-looking mask, and presto changeo, you're the voice of the gods. Nice work if you can get it. And if you're willing to betray other people to cover your own butt.
Brun must hold his breath till he gets to here.
Unless he knows another way in.
What's that light up ahead?
They didn't realize they were on a railroad track and the apes had figured out how to fire up a train and then couldn't figure out how to stop. Yeah.
There's that same smell. It's coming from there.
It's the same stuff from the temple. Gas is being drawn up through here.
Yeah, and then collected in these bottles. This is a do-it-yourself kit for making poison gas bombs.
What are gas bombs?
When we were kids, that was one of the things we called it when we backfired.
You defy the gods.
Wait! Hold it! If we defy the gods, how come we are still alive?
Only the wearer of this mask can walk in the temple and not be punished. Therefore, you will be punished.
This just isn't computing in his head. If what he says is true, and they're in here, the gods must have wanted them in, right? He wants to punish them for obeying.
This isn't one of your God-given masks. Now watch.
How can you? You are only men.
I expect his head to explode any second now.
But how can you walk in the temple with only that and live?
Just as you can with your mask and live.
My mask? It came from the gods.
No. It was made by men when they destroyed other men with gas like this.
You're lying.
Oh, no, he is not lying. Huh? He knows about such things.
What are you planning to do with these?
When I get enough, I will go to the ape village. My mask will protect me, but they will be killed.
There's a reason why poison gas was outlawed by international convention after World War I. As often as not, the wind would shift and the gas would come back on the guys who released it. They start begging him to reconsider, explaining what can happen and how dangerous it is to everyone. He could wipe out everything on the planet with as much as he has here. No, he's determined. They've proven that everything he's believed is a lie and he doesn't have to do this, but his mind moves about half as fast as a glacier.
We've been there. We've been all through poison gas and germ warfare and atomic bombs. When you use them, nobody wins.
Do you side with the apes?
That's not the point. Fight to stop slavery, all slavery, but not this way.
We will kill only apes. And we won't stop only in this valley.
You mean you want to kill all apes with this gas?
As long as it won't kill my people. Nothing else matters.
Galen!
I understand Brun there. Galen doesn't act anything like what they're used to. After a while, you can almost forget that he is also an ape, until he gives you a gentle reminder.
He won't kill my people either.
Well, you certainly picked a classic way to settle an argument. You think he's going to be fonder of apes when he comes to?
Well, I am not going to wait to find out.
Tell you, get out of here! To that back tunnel! This stuff could blow! Bombs may be efficient, but I do not like them!
Kill it with fire. Galen was 50 years ahead of his time.
Where am I? What happened?
You'll be all right, Brun.
Wait! No, they can't be destroyed. Brun can't be destroyed.
Galen, no!
He's not going to get those bombs.
You're right, he's not. Rather the opposite. Nobody besides the three travelers and Talia needs to know the whole story. Brun will receive a funeral worthy of their leader.
What about Talia?
You gonna hand her over to the apes?
No, even though that's what my father would have wished.
No, Miro, not wished. Your father might have thought it was the only way, but he hated slavery. You can be proud of him.
I am not my father. I make my own way.
Which way is that?
I would rather not say in front of him.
He travels with two humans. If he goes to the gorillas, they'll take them away from him. Why should he tell anybody anything?
I won't repeat anything I hear. My word is as good as yours.
Yes, and all apes are not the same either.
I plan to meet with the meadow people. Only by banding together and bearing our differences can we make a new life for ourselves, a decent life.
You were listening.
We'll lend a hand, Miro.
No. This is our fight.
He has a good plan. Unite the people from all over the region and come up with the means to resist the apes and put an end to all of this. If the gorillas want their minds worked, they can do it themselves. I mean, they're bigger, they're stronger, and they have more stamina. It takes at least 2 humans to do the work of 1 gorilla. So let's get them doing the heavy work. We humans will stay up topside and supervise. That's what we're good at. But in 1974, all they could do is one word at a time.